Check one, check two. Mic check one, check two. Yes, I'm extra. I got me a mic, guys, and I am so excited. Happy Saturday. Come on in, grab your drinks, whatever you're drinking this morning, coffee, tea, water. Yes, I got the special effects this morning, the extraness, the sauce on this Saturday, because that's just who I am. So always expect a prop. I've been wanting me this mic for a long time, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get it, but I got it. Just waking up, coffee in my cup, ready to start the day again. We're gathered here, waiting to hear the thought of today. So come on in, it's Saturday. It's our day, it's allowed to talk, to share. No judgment here, so no need to fear. Only what the Lord wants to say. So come on in, hey. Come on in, it's Saturday. Come on in. Grab your drinks, it's Saturday. Hey, 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 hey. It's Saturday, guys. Yes, I'm extra. I got me a mic, but I'm gonna turn it off now, just so we can get into this thought of today. But have fun, have fun. Put your personality. Oh, it's got all types of things going on my phone. I probably need to turn it off, but we are not going to be long. Have fun and put your personality in what God has called you to do. Sometimes we miss it there because we look at how other people do what it is that God has called us to do, and we feel like we have to be them. No, be you. If you crazy, be crazy. If you silly, be silly. If you're fun, be fun. If you're serious, be serious. Whatever that is, whatever that looks like, your personality is what is also going to attract people to you. So people that's not really into, they don't want to laugh. I may be too extra for some people. But guess what? That's okay, because there is an audience that has been designed for me. There's an audience that has been designed for you, and not really me or you, but what God has placed in us, just so I get that clear. So allow his light to shine through the personality that he has given you. If everybody is like the person that you're watching, if everybody is like the person that went before you, then where would the originality come from? Where would the uniqueness come from? Where would the creativity come from? Where would the expression of God come from? God does not look like just one thing. He doesn't look like just one thing. My personality has God in it. So yes, I'm crazy. You gonna laugh. When it's time to be serious, it's time to be serious. But I know how to put God in all of those. Not that I'm manipulating God, but God shines through all of who I am. God shines through all of who you are. Are you being who you are? Who you were called to be? Are you being you? Or are you walking in an image, a form of somebody else that went before you, somebody else that you're looking at, watching, gleaming from, learning from? Nothing wrong with none of those, but make sure you maintain your identity. Make sure you maintain your identity through it all. There is a creative expression that God has given you that he chooses to be expressed through you in that form and in that way. Everybody can't take serious. You have silly people who receive from silly things. Right? So if you are a silly person or a fun person, learn how to get your message across in that vein. Because there is an audience. Every comedian that you know up to date, everybody has a preference, right? So you may like Kevin Hart. I may like Cat Williams. You have Eddie Murphy. You have all of these different, Richard Pryor, all of these different comedians from different eras. They have an audience. Each one had an audience. Now we could go back and forth to why this one is the best, why that one is the best. But the whole idea is they're being true to who they are. They operate and function in the creativity, the style, the way, the joke, the expression that they've come up with that works best for them, that they are effective in. Do you know that you are most effective when you are authentic to your true self? So maybe this is today's Saturday, because this is not what I even came on here for, but I really wanted it to be short. So maybe this is really what it is, because I feel like I'm still here. Do you realize that your true self, your authentic self, is expressed when you are 100% you? We have to be careful when we express ourselves and we become something else and express ourselves out of becoming something that we're not, because of the attention that we're going to attract when we become that thing or front in that thing or act a certain way that's not us. There's a certain attention that is in a certain crowd that is going to be drawn to what they see. But if that's not you, at some point in time, you have to undo and unbecome and unlearn who you portrayed to be, who you fronted to act like and to be. Then you lose your audience. You also confuse your audience, because they say, well, what is it? This person changed. I love them for that. I was drawn to this, but now they're becoming something else. And so what's going on with them? Could it be that you did not change? You just was not expressing your authentic self before them. Now, let's not get confused when you grow. There is a season where we grow. And so who I am or who I was 2 years ago, I'm no longer that person. So I'm not saying do not grow. I'm not saying do not allow God to stretch you to become the more. I'm not saying to allow people to stick you into what they want, what they think, what they love, what they have grown to know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying no matter what level God puts you on, no matter where God takes you, no matter where he gives you access to, no matter what platforms he puts you on, no matter what it is you are doing, make sure your authentic self is in that thing. If your authentic self is in that thing, then when you grow and outgrow what they know, there will be people that still are drawn to you. There will be people that still celebrate you. There will be people that still follow you. Why? Because they realize that you're not acting different. You're not changing. You don't think you all that. They realize, oh my God, this person is growing. I remember them when they used to do it this way. I remember them when they used to talk this way. I remember them when they used to handle the situation or go about their craft or whatever it is that they're doing, their gift this way. But they are growing. Oh my goodness. So there would be people that follow you because they follow your movement. They follow your progression. They follow your growth. They're not trying to stick you into only what they want. They give you permission to grow. And usually those people are either being encouraged or influenced by what it is that you're doing, or they have the heart of God, so they understand that I'm not always going to be where you see me. I'm not going to always be on this little bench in this room giving my Saturday. Guess what? I'm not going to always be doing Saturday. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of what God is doing first in me, getting me prepared, getting me comfortable with the cameras, getting me comfortable with speaking, getting me comfortable with being outside of my comfort zone. So he's getting me comfortable with that. And so now as I begin to master this and become comfortable and recognize my voice and recognize my pace and as I get stable, okay, now I can shift you on to what's next. So don't get comfortable with me being on this camera, on my cell phone, on this bench with this background. There is something more. There is something bigger. And I pray that those who have enjoyed, those who have engaged, those who have sat our days with me will grow with me, will allow me to grow, will allow me to blossom, will allow me to be kicked out the nest because I have wings just like you. The difference may be that I want to fly. Do you want to fly? Is being kicked out of the nest too uncomfortable for you, where you say, oh, the nest it's a safe place. I'm getting fed here. Mama bird is going to get the food. She bringing it back. I don't know where daddy bird is, but I'm good here. I have a perspective where I could see it all, but I never get to experience what's out there. I'm only able to see it. The bird in the nest only sees. The bird in the nest is fed by what somebody else does. But there is an expression, there is a living, there is a purpose for that bird. It's not always to stay in that nest. It's to once, at some point, begin to spread its wings and fly and experience what they have been looking out into, to experience what is beyond what they could see. A bird in a nest could only see but so far, just like you and I. We could only see but so far, but as we continue to grow, as we continue to mature, as we continue to say yes to God, he will launch us out and allow us to be able to experience the more that is beyond what we can see, where we've been, what we've known, what we have been around. That's my son's ringtone, so I'll get to you in a second, Stink. But maybe that is today's Saturday, just encouraging you not to, first, to be your authentic self. Be your authentic self, whatever that is. There is an audience for you. If you are made in the image and likeness of God, as Genesis tells us, then that means the expression of God that he has placed on the inside of you. There is an attraction. There is a gravitation. There is a pull. There is an audience. There are a people that are waiting for his expression to come from you. So be your authentic self. The second thing is grow. Allow yourself. Get around people that gives you permission to be this way today, but in 2 years to be something different. Not that I've changed in a way of a negative way. I've changed, meaning I'm going up a step. I'm growing. I'm being stretched out of my form, the form of what you've known, the form of what you have grown to love. And the third thing, just live. Live. There is a world outside of what you know. There is a world outside of where you've been. There is a world. There is a promise that God has made you. Your promise is bigger than the city that you're in, than the state that you're in, the church that you're in, the community that you're in, the family that you're in. It is bigger than that. Don't limit yourself to the box. Some people live in the box and they die never experiencing what's outside of the box. I want all. I want it all. Do I need to put my mic back on? I want it all that he has for me. I want to experience that. Check one. I want it all. I want it all. Everything that God has for me, I want it all. So I'm going to be authentic to myself. I'm going to allow myself to grow and mature. Don't just grow. Make sure that you are maturing. I know some old fools, some old dummies, if you will. Some old people that are still doing the same thing they were 20 years ago. Not because they have to, but because that's where they chose to stay. Allow yourself to grow and live. Live. Soar, fly. Soar, fly. Knowing that God is the wind beneath your wings. Well, that was today's Saturday. Totally different than what I have prepared, but that's what we're going to go with. That's what we're going to go with. That's a part of growth. Not always doing things the way you're comfortable or you know. Allowing God to throw you a curveball. Can you hear me? Can God throw you a curveball and you still be able to flow and go like I just did? It is what it is. Just waking up, coffee in my cup. Guys, next Friday, my single will be released, so make sure y'all go and grab that. I'm still talking on the mic like, but we just gonna do this, because this is a part of my personality, me being genuine. To my authentic, crazy, different, whatever you want to call it, weird, I'm okay with it. It's me, and I'm good with it. I'm good with it. But my single drops on the 2nd, July 2nd, next Friday. So make sure y'all get that. I'm going to put a clip up on Monday. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm excited about what God is doing in me. And I pray that you are excited about what God is doing in you. I pray that you can see it. I pray that you can see it. There's nothing like God doing it, but you don't recognize it. There's nothing like him doing it, but you don't even see it. You're not even aware. So let's be aware in this season of what God is doing in us, for us, and even through us. I hope you enjoyed today's Saturday. It was a little different, a little spontaneous, but it is what it is. Until next Saturday, keep living, keep loving, keep laughing, keep breathing. Jesus loves you, and I do too.